Hey everyone! A while ago I made these ceiling moldings. It's time to install them and try not to injure myself in the process. Let's get started! And I'll start with the marking. I use a laser level to mark the corners and then a string with the chalk to draw marking lines. Next, I need to prepare the plywood guides. I drill holes for the screws and then use the plywood strip itself as a template to mark the corresponding holes on the wall. I attach the strip with the self-tapping screw directly to the metal frame of the drywall. If there is no metal profile underneath, I use these dowels for drywall. These plywood guides will serve as the support for the stone molding while the glue dries, so for extra fixation I also use an adhesive. This type of connection, if I'm not mistaken, is called a French cleat, a very convenient way of mounting, especially if you are hanging something heavy, since due to the shape of the fastening, the heavy part presses itself against the wall with its own weight. Let's move on to the moldings. Initially, I decided to connect the baseboard and ceiling moldings by simply cutting them at 45 degrees. But since the design of the room does not have sharp corners, I decided at the last minute to make smooth turns for the joints in the corners. Since this was a last-minute decision, I did not have any fixtures left that I had used to mill the counter groove for the French cleat on my CNC, so I'll have to make the grooves by hand. And now my supervisor is trying to save me time pointing out the mistake I've made in these parts, but I don't listen and continue working anyway. And now everything becomes obvious even to me. I have not taken into account that the ceiling molding adjoins the wall at an angle. What I should have done initially was a 3D model, but I was lazy and now the corners need to be redone. What do they say? Measure once, cut 7 times, or whatever. That's better. Let's continue. So the plywood strip keeps the molding from falling straight down, but as you can see, most of the molding is hanging in the air and providing a decent lever. So additionally, I want to secure the molding closer to the top with metal profile. To do this, I use these metal brackets and connect them to the profile with screws. The metal profile will also allow me to align all the parts in one line, and with the screws I can precisely adjust the angle of the molding. Now I will glue the molding to the wall and to the plywood strip and to each other. All these fasteners are for a reason. The molding is heavy and in the worst case, even if one part falls, it will be held by the adjoining parts. In general, all my actions are aimed at avoiding heavy things falling on my head. Well, it's almost ready. All that remains is to repeat the same thing 19 more times and glue the baseboards. Enjoy the rest of the video. Meanwhile, thank you for watching. I'll see you in 2 weeks.